Hello, friends. Welcome to Coding Garden with CJ. Welcome to a stream where we're going to be working on Troll Garden. And thank you, Pranjal. Thank you very much for that tier 1 sub. So 1 year ago, almost, we created this README with a bunch of ideas on things we could add to a browser extension, whether it's Chrome, Firefox, Safari, that has anti-features that will drive users clinically insane. So the idea is we would create this extension and then you could covertly install it on your friend's laptop to drive them crazy. So things like inserting random typos into a page, replacing the images on a page, changing links to be rink rolls, moving the mouse around randomly. This is a good one. This might be the first one we implement. Randomly play a Slack or Discord notification sound. Put like smudges on the screen. Whenever they Google something, show them a Bing result instead. So we've got a lot of ideas. Ultimately, today we're going to set this up because last time, a year ago, we just came up with the idea. We didn't actually build anything. So that's the plan today, is at least get an extension set up and ready to go. We're going to try to implement at least one anti-feature. And it'll be good because if you're not aware, next Friday is April Fool's Day. So, yep, you've all joined the stream. I mean, there's probably going to be at least one Rickroll today for sure. So yeah, Ari is asking, is it a Firefox or a Chrome extension? We're going to try to make it cross-platform. So Mozilla released this polyfill called the Web Extension Polyfill, and it makes it so that you can write an extension that works in I don't know why I'm doing this hand motion, but it works in Chrome, Firefox, Opera, and Edge. And I think there's a way to get it working in Safari as well, but I think we're just going to worry about Chrome and Firefox for now. Yeah, so that's the plan. And then I was looking into using the Vue CLI with like a browser extension plugin that like sets it all up and makes it ready to go. We may or may not do that. I'm going to do a little bit of research, and also I'm open to suggestions in the chat as well. But that's the plan. Welcome in, everybody. Ignore Safari, everyone else does. Yeah, but I think like if you're trying to troll like your partner or maybe someone who's less technical, they might be using Safari. You know, they might be using, not to say that using the default browser makes you non-technical. It's just that most technical or developer types will use something like Firefox or Chrome, right? Right? That's maybe that's a gross generalization, but welcome in, everyone. Let's play the drop game. Yeah, well, welcome in, Mooey. Our narrow boat? What do you mean by that? The app that we did last week. Oh, was that the Battleship game? Did we do that last week? Oh, Josh is saying they use Safari for all development unless they have to use Chrome. I would be interesting to hear why, Josh. Like, what does it do that Firefox or Chrome doesn't? And SQL Worcester, great drop. And Pranav, great drop as well. Nice TED Talks. Thanks for being here. Yeah, I think if I go on a break today, I'll put up the Battleship game so y'all can play that game while I'm on a break. Oh, a narrow boat is a YouTube thing. Okay. Safari runs faster and returns results quicker. Oh, okay. All right. Yeah, sorry to lump you into the group of people that would use Firefox or Chrome. It's okay to use Safari. I just don't think it's as common. I don't even know how to open DevTools in Safari. You can find it in one of the menus. I think it's called like the JavaScript console or something like that. Yeah. Cool. A boat that lives on UK Canal Network. All right. Okay. Yeah, so like I said, the first thing we have to do is just get the extension set up. So actually, let me create just a to-do list of what we need to do to get this going. First thing is set up an extension project. Now, we may do that from scratch. And Nas, thank you very much for the Prime. Oh, did we have any other supports? here. And thanks for everybody that followed. Appreciate you. Excavator, thank you for the 17 months. Pranjal with the 8 months, and NASA with the Prime. Much appreciated. But we do have to set up a project that will work as an extension. You may not know this, but browser extensions are written in HTML, CSS, and JavaScript. So like even like uBlock Origin, which is a ad blocking extension that I use. All of these, any extension that you have installed in your browser is written with HTML, CSS, and JavaScript. So essentially, we're kind of just going to be building a web page, but we get access to special APIs that let us do browser things like open a tab or other things that you may not be able to do just in a web page because you have more control over the browser itself. Cool. So we need to set up an extension project. We're going to decide on like from scratch or like a base template, or we use like a Vue CLI plugin generator thing. Because I did find a generator that basically gives you a Vue CLI project that's pre-set up to be a cross-browser extension. We're probably just going to do that, but I am going to do a little bit of research. Then after that, I want a menu that pops up. So that's cookie auto delete. Let me show, for example, like stylus. So when you click on this extension, it pops up this little window here. That's what I want for our extension, because our extension, this window is basically going to be like a list of settings, like which of the things do you want to turn on or off. So that's kind of the first step is show a menu, a settings menu when the icon is clicked. Yeah, feature toggle. And then we'll be able to implement an anti-feature and then enable said anti-feature in the menu. So that's our game plan for today. I'll be happy if we just get one anti-feature implemented, because I have a feeling just getting the thing itself set up and getting a menu popping up, that's going to take some work because I've never done it before. I've built some like really basic Chrome extensions before. A while back, we made an extension that replaced words on a page. And that's about all I've ever done. I didn't stream this, but a while back I was working on a Chrome extension for Bandcamp. It would like let you listen to music and be able to navigate the site. Because like right now, if you go into an album and you start playing a song, if you go to a different page, it completely stops playing it. So my idea with that extension was like it just stays open all the time, but I never finished it. All that said, I don't have much experience with extensions, so this is going to be me exploring all of that. Great. But yeah, some wholesome trolling. That's what we'll call this, because this isn't going to take over someone's machine. This isn't going to do anything malicious. It's just going to be very annoying. Very annoying. Every X clicks takes you to a charity of choice. Ooh, I like that. Yeah, and if you have trolling ideas, feel free to make a pull request. So make a pull request here against the README, and just add another line with your suggestion. Yeah, and I'm going to add a command. Suggest troll. Cool. Now, if anyone else says an interesting idea in the chat, tell them to do that. Cool. Person Phony is saying, I don't know if anyone remembers that XP bug where it just kept opening windows. Yeah, we could do that. Like, yeah, we could. Yeah, it's all going to be JavaScript. There's going to be some HTML and CSS just for the styles, but for the most part, this is all JavaScript. But I don't want to do anything that would like make someone's computer really, really slow. But add it to the list of ideas, and we'll think about it. And BTRSL is saying, am I planning to update auth from scratch? I haven't done backend stuff for a long time. I don't have any plans to update it, but I think eventually we might just do a new auth from scratch stream and like use the latest and greatest stuff. So, yeah. Many web devs actually preferred Safari. Well, look at me. I'm out of the loop. I'm going to keep using Firefox as long as Mozilla is a decent company. So, yeah. Acid Spark says, I've written one browser extension for work to admit people to Webext meetings because it was broken for a while. Oh, nice. Yeah, and Fun Planet was working on Chrome extensions last week. Nice. Welcome in, XYXY. Made one for replacing the new tab on Chrome. Oh yeah, that's an extension as well. So when you open a new tab, this is actually an extension. It's called Tabless. You can choose like the background image and stuff like that. I like to just be dark until the time, but we could replace their new tab page as well. Yeah. Can you somehow hide the extension is running? No, like the extension is always going to be in the extension menu, but one thing you can do is pin it to the overflow menu. So if you right click and say pin, now they have to know that they have to go here to actually see it. That's about the best we can do. Yeah. Bitcoin mining? No. See, like that's an example of misusing this thing. We're not going to do anything like that. Yeah. Cool. What's up, Mustav? Where did you learn to code so well? I've been doing it a long time. I've been coding for over 15 years at this point. And teach you, I have so many YouTube videos that can teach you stuff. What do you want to learn? Miss Cave, what do you want to learn? You want to learn about arrays? You can just search for array. Do you want to learn about React? Do you want to learn about Vue? Do you want to learn? Check out this video on online coding resources. Cool. Recreated mytab.me. Oh, nice. Yeah. You broke Chrome? Yeah, I guess we may crash the browser today. I don't know. It might happen. So, you made a password manager extension. Nice. Are we only allowing it to run on April 1st? Actually, that'd be good to prevent like a cease and desist. I don't know. So here's the thing. An extension like this would never in any official capacity be allowed like in the Chrome extension store or the Firefox extension store, because I think both of those have like a small review process. This is going to be something that you have to install manually. And I kind of like this idea of only letting it run on April 1st, because then you have to actually know what you're doing to make it not only run on April 1st. So submit that as an issue, Stony Eagle. I like that idea. I mostly just do JavaScript. I've done some Python before. Yeah. What's up, the She-Boss? Thanks for being here. Acid Spark said, I was annoyed when I had to run the extension through Google because I started having trouble running dev extensions at work. Yeah. Oh, that's another extension that I worked on a while back. I tried to submit it to the store, but it got denied. It was, you all know DevEd? I don't even know if it's a meme anymore, but he probably still does. He says, why you do this? Why you do this? Is his meme. And there was a green screen video of him saying, why you do this? And I created an extension that would let you overlay that video onto any web page. So you could just click it and then he would pop up and say, why you do this? So that was an extension that I don't know. Did I do that on stream? I don't know. Yeah. Hello, my gorgeous friends on the internet. Wait, you have to have Firefox Dev to use unsigned extensions? I'm pretty sure there's a way to just do like developer mode, right? I don't know. Check out the pull request. Whoa. I did not see this pull request. This happened a year ago. Someone literally made a pull request with a base extension. That's kind of awesome, but I want to write it from scratch. I don't want to just accept this pull request because I do want to go through the process of actually creating one myself. But K Belly a year ago, thank you for doing that. All right, Josh has a suggestion, which is take you to the charity page of your choice. I like that. Cool. You like badger somebody into giving money. For a good cause. Whenever they open a new tab, open a new browser window. I'm just thinking, like, it should be possible. I don't think you can override, like, keyboard shortcuts, though. Maybe you can. Swap WASD with the arrow keys. So, like, when you type the arrow keys, you get a WASD instead. I like it. But now that I've merged Josh's in, you're going to need to resolve these conflicts. Yeah, there's no easy way to avoid that because I don't really want you to have an empty new line. But resolve those conflicts and I'll merge them in. Okay, let's get started. The first step is to just set up an extension. Josh did mention that we probably would have an easier time with doing it from scratch. So the other thing is I want it to be cross browser. So this specific library, this polyfill, helps with it being cross browser. I just don't know if there's anything else we need to set up. Yeah, you got the first one in, Josh. Oh, I like that, Skyhopper. So listen for when a new tab was created. If a new tab was created, close it. That alone is an annoying thing to do. Like anytime they open a new tab, you just instantly close it. Okay, here's my reasoning for wanting to use the view CLI thing. Everything is kind of just ready to go. Like it sets up our default manifest.json. It sets up our default background.js. It gives us a pop-up by default. And we also get like localization. I don't think we would need localization though. So that's my main reasons for wanting to use the view CLI with this plugin. Let's just search the web for browser extension template, because I have used things like this in the past. Where it's just like a base project. Like this is one. So is it in source? Yeah, so the extension's in here. If you look in the manifest, it's got a bunch of stuff interesting. Can we mute YouTube videos and change the volume? Yeah, that'd be we could do that. So submit it as an issue. And actually, feel free to just instead of making a pull request, just open an issue, and that way I can add them to the README. So you don't have to worry about merge conflicts and stuff like that. This is the same thing. And does anyone in chat have strong opinions about how we should get started with this thing? Like, do you have a preferred starting template? And Chief Mustardo, thank you for the 18 months. Didn't know I had been primed this long. Yeah, that's crazy. Thank you for clicking that button every month for the past 18 months. That's awesome. Start with the manifest. Yeah. Okay, I guess I'm gonna see how it's done in Firefox first, and then see where we go from there. So I want like a Firefox extension pop-up menu. So I'm gonna see how do we do that in a Firefox extension. Yeah, so pop-up dialog is associated with a toolbar or address bar button. So we can specify the pop-up in our manifest, and I'm curious if it's the same way in Chrome. So if we look up Chrome extension pop-up, creating a pop-up or modal for a Chrome extension. That's an ask. I want some docs. Page to pop-up. That's not what I want. Chrome extension docs. That's what I want. Here we go. Extensions. Getting started. Overview. API reference. Stable APIs. You want like menu? Context menu? Oh, you can add to this context menu. That's cool. Pop up. Browser action. Use browser actions to put icons in the main Google Chrome toolbar. In addition to its icon, a browser action can have a tooltip badge or a pop-up. Yeah, it looks very similar. So in Chrome, you have browser action, and then in Firefox, you have browser action. So that's cool. All right. Let's do a poll because I can't decide, and you all can decide for me. Are we going to use a like a boilerplate or do it all from scratch? You have 1 minute. Vote now. Hello, Oicorp. Welcome in. Yeah, we could also do that. So any page you go to on YouTube, we replace the video with Rickroll. I like that idea. That's funny. That's very funny. Cool. Yeah, I don't know if we're gonna have to actually do that much to make it cross platform. I think if we'll definitely use this polyfill thing, because that gives us, I believe, one API that we can use, and it'll work on all of these browsers. So that should be fine. Yeah. And what's up, Johnny 1080p? Creating a multiplayer Snake game in Node. Can you give me a tip on how to have 10 games in parallel? Should I use cluster or worker thread? Neither. Yeah, you don't have to use either of those. Because your backend can basically just handle all of the incoming messages, and regardless of what game is happening, as long as there isn't any like long running blocking process, you can do it on a single thread. I would recommend doing it on a single thread. And if you're not going to do it on a single thread, then you could just code it like it was just a single game happening, and then use something like worker threads to spin up a new instance. But you would want to spin up like a totally new socket.io instance. Basically, my answer is don't use cluster or worker thread. Write your code so that it can handle multiple games in progress, right? So you have like a socket message that comes in that belongs to a specific game, and then there's a game state in a database or in memory that has a specific ID, and so that message ties to that game, that kind of thing. That's how I would do it anyways. What happened to garden tools? They're still out there. we just haven't worked on them. All right, do we have a winner? What was the winner? Yeah, you're welcome, Johnny. From scratch by a large margin. So let's go. We're going to start with a manifest.json with this info in it. Okay, so I'm going to create a directory, call it, just going to call it extension. And inside of that, I'm going to create a manifest.json. So this is the thing that describes how it's all going to work. Do I want custom art or no? I mean, if you want to make an icon, I'll take it. I'll put it right here as the default icon. You might want to look into what the requirements are for. I will gladly accept it. Cool puppy, thanks for dropping in. You might want to look into what the required like dimensions are, but it looks like you could do like a 32 by 32 icon. Cool. All right, the title. We need to come up with a name that is not too revealing as to what it is. We could just call it help, I guess. Dynamic Voyage. Thank you very much for the Prime, and WRN GWRLD Ringerald. Thank you for the Prime as well. Clickify. I like it just being like a help menu. I think that's another like feature where like you click on it and it doesn't immediately show you the settings. It just says like, I'm here to help your browsing experience, but you have to click another button to get to the actual settings menu. Okay, regardless. So I'm going to create a folder called popup. like this. I'm going to create one called menu.html. Actually, I don't know if it needs to be a full HTML page, but we'll go with it. And for now, it's just going to say hello world. Free money. System. I like system tools. System tools. And then we want to open pop-up/menu. Okay, so we've done this. We've got our little menu that says hello world. Let's see what else we need. We need to look into the docs around like the yeah, getting started. That should tell us about our manifest.json. Manifest.json. This is the only file that must be present in every extension. It contains more. Click here for more RAM. Let's see. So manifest.json is the main thing. It can specify everything else. We can specify a background script. Background scripts are loaded as soon as the extension is loaded and stay loaded until the extension is disabled or uninstalled. Ooh, I like that. So let's add that. We're just going to call this background.js. We're going to create a file in the extension folder called background.js. And it's just going to log system tools ready. Like that. We came up with this idea last year. So last year we just spent time coming up with a list of trolley things we could do in a web extension. And this year we're going to implement it, or some of them at least. Okay, so we've got our background script. Oh, you can have a background page too. Instead of specifying background scripts, you can specify a background page which has the added advantage of supporting ES6 modules. Oh, I kind of like that, because then we can do like nice little imports and stuff like that. Let's do that. Let's create a background folder. Inside of it, we'll create an index.html, and in here we'll create an background.js. I mean, really, it's just this background.js. We'll move it there. And then this is going to have a script where the source is background.js and the type is module. So we can import stuff in later on if we want. And then that changes our manifest. So our manifest should say the page is background/index.html. In the Chrome extension, they switched from background page to a service worker that gets terminated if nothing is working. That's good to know. Are we going to have to worry about that? I guess we should look at how Chrome is. I mean, in all honesty, we should target Chrome because that's probably it has the biggest browser share, and that way it at least works in Chrome. Because otherwise I'm making it so that it at least works in Firefox. Well, migrating from background pages to service workers. Background pages have been a fundamental component of the Chrome extension platform since its introduction. To put it simply, background pages provide extension authors with an environment that lives independently of any other window or tab. What's up, Cypher? Thanks for being here. In Manifest v3, Chrome extension platform moves from background pages to service workers, as stated here. Updating your manifest. Okay, but does Firefox support a service worker? Firefox extension background service worker. Manifest v3 update. Background pages will be replaced by service workers. This is a substantial change and will continue to be developed over the next few months. We will make an announcement once we have something that can be tested in the nightly. and that was May 2021. Yeah, the Mozilla Developer Network looks great now. Will the extension also work on mobile? So as far as I know, Chrome doesn't have extensions on mobile, but Firefox does, and well, on Android specifically. I don't think Firefox has plugins on iOS because of like their restrictions, but on Android you can install Firefox and you can install pretty much any extension that's supported in Firefox on mobile. Like I use Firefox as my mobile browser, and I have AdBlock and Privacy Badger and a few other things as well. I guess I just have to manually register a service worker. Do I even need a background script? We really just need to do something when the page. We're not gonna think about background script for now. We want to get the menu popping up. I just want to make sure there's nothing else that I need in the manifest.json. Cool. We have browser specific settings. We have background, browser actions, commands. Ooh, you can do keyboard shortcuts. Content security policy, default locale. We'll add that here. We want a description. Here. System tools for a system tools for your browser. That's it. Cool Puppy, can you upload it to Imager? Here. Just go here and upload it. And you can post the link in chat. Yeah, so we'll specify icons. Apparently we need like a 48 and a 96. Imager. Yeah, Imager. It's a free image host. You can create an album. Yeah, thanks Josh. Okay, so we got the icons, manifest version. I guess we're gonna go with. Well, if we specify version 2, will it still work in Chrome? Would it be possible to keep it version 2 so that it still works in Chrome? Oh well. We'll keep it version 2 for now. We have our V2 is deprecated. That's fine. I don't think it'll be fully phased out before this upcoming Friday. So we're going to stick with manifest version 2. The version of our extension, we'll call it 1.0.0. And then permissions. We basically want every possible permission. But we'll come back to that. I think this is all we need. Do we need like a title property? Oh, a name. You don't need a phone number. Check it out. So if you go to Imager, and if you're on mobile, they're gonna it'll look like this. But here's what you do. Whatever browser you're using, tell it to use the desktop site, and then once it's the desktop site, then you can just upload it like this. You don't need to sign up or anything like that. If anyone wants to click on that mega NZ and download the images and upload them to Imager, that'll be fine. But just be careful. Make sure it's actually an image. Don't run any executables or anything like that. Be safe out there. And thank you, Cool Puppy, for creating the image. Okay, let's see if this works. So we have our basic we have our basic manifest.json. It's saying that we have this pop-up, which is we specified over here in pop-up menu.html. It should just say hello world. Let's try to install it. I guess we don't have an icon yet, but that's fine. Well, maybe we do. Maybe we do. Wow. It's a little party hat. Is that what this is? It's a party hat? I love it. Okay. Let's save it. So we'll put it in here. We'll call this icon.png. And then we'll create a folder for icons. System's birthday assets, yeah. And thank you, Cool Puppy, for making that image. Appreciate you. What's the dimension on this one? 128 by 128. Great. But we'll just do icons, icon 128-128. And I'll rename this. Cool. There's two because Chrome is picky. Yeah, and then what size is this one? 48. I guess let's try the 48 one. What's up, Avi? It's been a while. We are working on a Chrome extension. Okay. Oh, actually, Avi is very experienced in extension, and not just a Chrome extension. We're going to try to make the extension work in Firefox and Chrome. But Avi, if you want to link your portfolio, I know it has a bunch of extensions that you've worked on in it. Okay. I believe there's a way to install an extension without zipping it up. Yeah, install add-on from file, maybe? Or no, that one's gonna. I think that one's gonna require. A zip file. Debug add-ons. Yes. Okay. Go into debug add-ons. Load a temporary add-on here. Do I have to zip it up? I thought I could just point it to a folder. Yeah, I selected that. Did it work? It's not giving me the error anymore. All right, start from scratch. Load. Okay, what are the details? Extension is invalid. Error while loading. Locales, English, messages. Not. Oh, that's good to know. I think if I just don't specify that, it won't try to find the locale. Yes, yes, it's here. Okay, so we temporarily installed the add-on. Great. And there's the little icon. Great. And if we click it, it says "Hello World." We've done it. Look. We're only what 40 minutes into stream. We've done it. We've got a little buddy right here. So that's awesome. Fantastic. Yeah, done. It looks great. It looks great. Now we have to add some toggles and stuff like that in. Okay. So I'm interested if how do you specify the size of this, or if it just goes by the size of the main element? So like, for example, if we just threw a div in here that was like, let's say 500 pixels width and 500 pixel height, is the pop-up just going to be that? And I think we have to reload it every time. Oh yeah, we click that button, reload. Oh, I did it in the wrong file. I did it in background. We don't want that. We want it in our pop-up. We want it over here. So if I create a big old 500 by 500 div, and then I put hello world inside of it, really all I want to see is, do I get a 500 by 500 window? because that's what we'll dev to. Yeah, that's so cool. I just want to make all the extensions now. Look at that. Okay, what are the different files doing? Yeah, let's take a step back. So it all starts with manifest.json. So this is your extension. You really just need to describe the name, give it a description, and you can specify some icons. And specifically, we're using manifest version 2. Manifest version 3 is out, but there's some things that we can't do in 3 that we can do in 2. So it's not fully gone, so we're going to use version 2. And then the way we got the pop-up is with this browser action. So we're saying that use this icon, give it this title. So yeah, I think if we hover over it, it should say System Tools. Yeah, System Tools. And then we tell it to load this file. So I created a folder called pop-up with a file called menu, and that's what's loading as the pop-up. Okay. Yeah, it should work in Chrome. And actually, let's test it really quick. I mean, I'm not going to keep doing like back and forth testing, but it should work. Let me make sure nothing is. I don't think I'm like logged into any. Yeah. What's this? Cool. All right, we're going to try installing the same extension in Chrome. So go to Settings, Extensions. We want Developer Mode. We want to load an unpacked extension. And we load this. It's here. Cool. It has errors, though. What does it say? Manifest version 2 is deprecated, and support will be removed in 2023. Let's take a quick stretch. Ooh. Don't think you need to reload the extension when it's only the manifest that is loaded in testing. Oh, okay. I guess I'd have to like close and reload it. Is there an easy way to reload the extension whenever a change is made? I don't know of one, but there might be. There might be. So this is just a deprecation warning. Did it still install it? Manifest version 3 for Chrome and Manifest version 2 for Firefox. It's there? I didn't see it. Oh, there it is. Nice. Nice. Let me unpin all these other ones. Yeah. Okay, so it's working. I'm okay with the deprecation message. I'm okay with that. Look at that. It works. Cool. we've got an extension that works in Firefox and in Chrome. I'm going to do all of my testing for the most part in Firefox, and then we'll open it in Chrome. Yeah, no, exactly. That's a good point, Acid Spark. Like I was looking, it's like I don't even see it. So whoever you install it in, whoever's computer you install it on might not see it either. It kind of looks like VLC. You know how it looks like the cone? And thank you for that, Avi. We were looking at Manifest version 3. It's just I don't. Does Firefox support Manifest version 3? Like, what's the support like there? And Hemimore, thank you for the 3 months, much appreciated. And Dynamic Voyage with the 13 months, thanks. What's up, Space Farmer? Okay. All right. We've made progress. What have we done? Let's look at our to-do list. That doesn't support in v3? Okay. So, we're going to stick with 2 because I want it to work in Firefox because I use Firefox. But yeah. And what's up, Trendsigner? Welcome in. This is all JavaScript, but we set up an extension. Great. We are showing a menu when the icon is clicked. I think now we actually want a settings menu. So let's kind of just think about the architecture of how all this is going to work. We need some way to store the settings. I guess like we probably could use local storage, right? Like if we get this background thing set up, this page could use local storage to store the settings, I believe. And Alt-Yapper, great job. But let's just get that background page set up. this. Yeah, you can make extensions with WASM. You would need to, yeah, as long as it can load the stuff. Absolutely. You can see this is going to be my background page, and it's just loading that background.js. And you could very easily load something that has WASM code in it. Okay, in my manifest, I'm going to tell it that we have a background page, which is background /index.html. Like that. Okay. Reload the extension. Open a new tab. Look at the console. Vue.js DevTools is not allowed. That's fine. I think I'll just uninstall it for now. Or did that uninstall it? Oh, I don't think that uninstalled it. I didn't know Firefox would let you do that. You can actually just completely hide an extension and it doesn't show up at all. Right? Is that what just happened? Oh, no, never mind. I completely uninstalled it. Oh, you know what? I bet this has to do with my what's it called? Content security policy. These. We want to allow everything. Yeah, so we're going to do this. And can I just do that, or is it going to yell at me about that? Let's reload the extension. Warning details. Error processing content security policy. Policy is missing a required script source directive. Reload. Reload. Is that the first one? A lot of jargon today. Self has to be in quotes. All right, let's try that. Directive contains a forbidden protocol source. Well, object source? I guess really we need this. Okay. Wait, why isn't my menu the right size anymore? If we look at our pop-up, it should still be 500 by 500. It's not. I'm just going to completely remove it and reload it. Oh, its console is different. Okay. What is Webext, Avi? Never heard of it. Command line tool to help build, run, and test web extensions. This would have been great to know about 30 minutes ago. You run Webext. You can start it with Firefox, and then it like auto refreshes, doesn't it? That's awesome. All right, we're gonna get this thing going because we want to be able to auto reload the extension. Install it. No, we're just gonna install it for our project. Cool. So in the root of our project, we're going to npm init this, and then we're going to install Webext. Taking a while. Oh, you made a Webext deploy package. Let's check it out. Yeah, we're making a browser extension that slowly drives people crazy. The ultimate automation tool for deploying to multiple extension stores simultaneously. Ooh, very nice. We are not going to publish this extension because there's no way that they would approve it. Basically, the idea is once I've built this thing, you're going to have to covertly go to someone's computer and enable developer mode and install it manually in order to troll them. Cool. So we now have a start script. We just want extension. And then, was that it? So now if we do npm run, what was it? Start Firefox. Let's take a quick stretch. Yeah. Yeah, well, I was saying earlier, I made that extension that put, what's his name? Dev Ed. He would basically appear on any web page and say, why you do this? But they denied it. They were like, this extension does nothing. But let's see what happens. So I think, yeah, we're going to get, I do need to update Firefox, but we get like a fresh Firefox window with like no other extensions, but it does have this extension. So that's cool. And then if we make a live change, like to our pop-up window, hello world today, and we save it, extension reloaded, and if we click over here, yes, this is the dev iteration that we want. We make changes and they're instantly available. I'm kind of concerned that the window isn't 500 by 500 anymore, but honestly, it's fine because it'll fill to the content. Yeah. How do I inspect it? I can view the source. Is that the body? It should be fine. Honestly, I'm not gonna worry about it. What we need now is settings. I thought we would store like local storage in the background JS, but we may not even need that. Like if menu itself can talk to local storage, then we should be good to go, I think. Let's do this. We'll have like a settings.js file. And this will have a script. Why is this so hard? Script like that. And this will have a source of settings.js. We'll make it a type of module. And then settings.js will just put something in local storage. Local storage is not accessible outside the DOM. Well, I just need it accessible in here. Here's what we need. We need a toggle. We need a toggle that we can toggle on and off, and we want to make sure that the setting sticks. I'm gonna look at Pico Css because it's really easy CSS that has like automatic dark mode and stuff like that. Do they have a toggle? They do. Awesome. Let's use this. We're going to add the CDN for it here. I might have to add this to the content security policy, but this can get loaded here. And then we should actually get some nice default fonts. And now we can add a toggle like this. And the way you do that is just with a this, like this. And so we're going to have a menu that has things like auto rickroll every 30 minutes or play Slack notification sound randomly. And we don't. Let's do this. Switch one. Switch two. All right, I just want to see what this looks like. Go here. Great. It didn't load the CSS, and I have a feeling it's because of the content security policy. So here's what we need to do. We need to tell it that it should load that script from unpackage. So in our manifest, right here, we're going to do this, but instead it's going to be unpackage.com. And if we look back at our menu, https://unpackage.com, we basically want to be able to load anything from this CDN. See if that works. Extension reloaded. Great. Nice. Maybe. That's a little better, but it's missing some stuff. Let's retry it. Oh, it reloaded it over here too. What about in Chrome? It reloaded it over here too. Oh, role equals switch. That's the issue. Let's fix that. Nice. That's great. Okay. We do need to add some styles so that the menu is like a wider size by default. We'll give this an ID of menu, and then we'll style it. So, don't want to rename it. I want to add some styles. We'll say the menu has a width, a min width of 500 pixels. And then we'll load those styles in. All right, great. We also want some padding of like 1 rem. Great, love to see it. And then I also want to I want to default dark mode, I think. Themes. Themes can be forced at the document level saying data theme like this. That's what I want. So over here on the menu, we're going to say data theme equals dark. And then this and this didn't reload. Reloaded, 10 seconds ago it should have. Press R to reload. Didn't quite work. I have a feeling there are some things it's trying to load that it can't get access to. Let's reload the extension over here. Policy is missing a required script source directive. Did I specify this wrong? Do I have to do something like this? Script source. Is that how that works? Like that? Better? Better. Okay. I think our script source was initially wrong, but we got it right. However, this one doesn't seem to be working. That's fine that it's not dark mode, but it also didn't set the font. Like if we look at this one, it's setting the font. I don't know what the issue is in this other Firefox window. I am just gonna update Firefox. Cool. Open pop-up as a normal page so you can view the console too. Yeah, how would I do that otherwise? Like how do I know what's happening in this extension? Click this, Command-Shift-I. Nope. Regardless, I think I'm just gonna test here and assume it works. Because yeah, it works here too. It's just acting weird in this one. Open source, delete the view source. Oh, that'll give me like the direct extension of it. So Moz extension here. Ah, nice. There we go. Okay, so what I want to test now is when I toggle a thing, I want to store it in local storage, and then if I close and reopen this, do we does it save it? Do we get the saved? Do we get the save setting? So I think in our settings.js we're gonna set up like a list of possible settings, like this, and like each one is gonna be an object that has like a name. In this case, this will be like Discord notification. And then we probably will give it like a runner function that does something when it's enabled. Like that. And then whether or not it's enabled, which everything will default to false, but after we load the settings from local storage, we'll overwrite it. Something like this. Cool. And so when the page loads, I guess we want to give it an ID too. That'll make it easier to correspond the enabled or disabled settings. I need the storage API. I'll look into it. What about writing everything in Spanish? We could like translating the page to Spanish. Is that what you mean? Because that'd be funny. Or it translate to any language, honestly. Yeah, feel free. So if you have other interesting ideas of things we can do, feel free to open an issue here. Yeah, we already have 4 issues. Highlighted text. Make it so that whenever you highlight the text, change it to the same background color as. I like that. It's really trolly because like they're trying to select stuff and then it just like disappears. Okay. I think the way we'll set this up though is like settings is going to be an object with multiple things in it. And in this case, this particular troll if you want to call it. The only settings that it cares about is enabled. But you could think, like, we could have another extension called, like, the auto translate, and it has, like, a preferred language, and that's set to, like, ES. And so now every single website that people go to gets translated into Spanish, and it will also have, like, an enabled thing like that. Cool. I'm not gonna do that for now though. Auto rickroll. Oh, because this one will have like a interval, milliseconds, and you can say show a rickroll every 30 seconds. Like that. What is this now? Oh, it's not spelled right. We'll do an underscore. Cool. So these are going to be basically for every single one that we build, it's going to exist in this array. And then when the page loads, we need to iterate over this to show a label like this. And then it will have the checked feature there. So we're going to basically dynamically create this. And we need to select this element. So we're gonna select this field set and fill it up with a bunch of toggles and possible settings. So we're gonna grab it with query selector. We're just gonna get the menu field set, the very first one. And then we're gonna iterate over settings. I'm going to say field set element dot append setting element, and we're going to create a setting element, and that's going to be an input. And then we're just going to set its inner. Wait, no, it's going to be a label that has an input inside of it. So then here we're going to say setting element dot inner HTML is going to be this. We're going to parameterize the for and the ID. So that'll look like that. Oh, nope. That'll look like that. Nope. Do it manually. That'll look like that. And then this is just going to have the name. Cool. We do want to set an attribute. The for attribute, which is going to be for this specific ID, like that. Okay, so if I did everything correctly there, we should now dynamically have 3 little checkboxes on the page. Let's see. We do? Cool. So we have Discord notifications, Slack, auto rickroll. And so now we want, whenever you click this, this should actually toggle the setting. Can you use a UI framework and extensions? Yeah, so that's why I was potentially going to use Vue for this. But right now you can see I'm just using vanilla.js. But absolutely, you could literally just load in some Vue.js, some React here, and it'll work just fine. But what we need to do is we need to handle the change on the input element. I'm gonna do this. I'm gonna call this the label element, and then instead of setting the inner HTML, I'm gonna have an input element. And then we'll just set a bunch of attributes. And the field set gets appended the label, but the label gets appended the input element. But the input element, we're going to set the attribute type to checkbox. We'll set the ID. Put that in a variable, element ID. Let's call it setting ID. So we've got ID, we've got type, we need name, and we need role is switch. Cool, and then we just set the text content of the label to be the setting name. And this is setting ID. Okay. Does this work? It doesn't work. How do we debug it? We go to that specific page. Label element is not a function. Append. Append. Cool. So that's great. We want to append before we set the text content. Label input. When I set the text content, is it removing? Thank you, Dad. Appreciate the mustache compliment. What? Text content is removing everything else? Okay. How do we not do that? Oh, inner text. Inner text. Is this the one scenario where we actually needed to use inner text? No, it's not. Label. Yeah, I guess we'll use a span. I don't like that, but we'll do that. So the span's text content is the setting name, and then we just append it like we did the input, like this. There we go, back to normal. Okay, but the main reason I did that is I want to listen to the change event of this input, and now I have a variable to do that with. So I'll say input element dot add event listener for, I think, input. Will input do it? And we'll just log the value. On. Why is it? The value is just on. I guess I want the checked attribute. Get attribute checked. All right, we'll try again. Null. Null. It shouldn't be this hard. If we look at the event.target.checked, how is that different from getting the checked attribute? Yeah, the way this is working is by, like, if it's checked, then that's what makes it there. Is it just .checked? True, false. There we go. Dot checked. That was the winner. True, false, true, false. Okay, so what we do is whenever we check it, we'll say, actually, instead of calling this setting, instead of calling it switch, we'll call it setting underscore ID. So whenever we change it, we're going to put it in local storage. And I don't know if this is going to work. We're just trying this. I'm going to set item. It's going to have the name of this setting ID. And it's going to set an object where enabled is set to input element dot checked. Because we have like these settings here, we might have some other settings as well. And what we want is all of the other settings that currently exist for it. Setting.settings, setting.settings, like that. Something like that. But the other thing is, now when we add it to the page, we need to set the value that we pulled in from the setting itself. So when the page loads here, we're going to grab the settings, which is going to be local storage.get item for that given setting ID. And if it doesn't exist, then we're going to default to an empty object, and then we're going to parse this whole thing like that. And that makes it so that whenever the thing loads, we can set up the input elements checked attribute. Settings.enabled. Is that going to work? Let's call this settings JSON. Should be fine. Oh, they're all true. That's not good. Not refresh. Are they all? No, that's not good. Let's look at local storage. Is it just input element dot checked? Storage. Local storage. Okay. It's in there. They're in here. Default is enabled false. Let's see what we get here when they all load up. So it's false, false, false. However, they're all checked. And if we look at it, oh, I see. Checked equals false, which is not valid. Basically, we only want, if it's enabled, then we just add the checked attribute. I guess, is it just as easy to say input element dot checked equals that? Will that work? True. It works. So I can refresh. When it loads up, it has the specific settings. I can toggle things, close it, open it back up. It's working. I should not use local storage like that. The extension has a different async function for local storage. I believe you, but also I don't see any issue with using local storage. I'm sure there's better storage maybe, but this is all I need. Let's see. Yeah, I'm not worried. We're not storing that much data. It's literally just whether or not various things are enabled or not. Does the extension automatically have access to the currently viewed page or DOM? No, it doesn't. You explicitly have to enable that. Avi, do you have any recommendations on storage? Avi is the resident extension expert here. I just want to find what people normally use. Yeah, the true trolling would be sticking it in index.db, exactly, or like WebSQL. Chrome.storage. But what do I do in Firefox? It's asynchronous. Values are scoped to the extension, not a specific domain. The value stored can be JSONifiable, not just strings. Cool. Cool. No, true trolling would be to have a public web page. Yeah, I don't want to go there because you could almost make this like a command and control thing where if you get a bunch of people to install this extension, you can remotely control all of their browsers from one place, and I don't want to set that up. Okay. This API is similar to window.local storage. It is recommended that you don't use window.local storage in the extension code to store extension-related data. Firefox will clear stored by extension using the local storage API in various scenarios where users clear their browsing history and data for privacy concerns. That makes sense. So if we want these settings to stick around, which honestly it doesn't matter if they stick around or not. But storage dot what? Storage dot sync. I just need an example. I see a lot of things. Okay. Browser.storage.local.set. But instead of local, we want sync. Is that what it is? There's a difference between local and sync. Yeah. So browser.storage.sync.set item. Or .set. And we can store custom types. Is that accurate? We don't have to stringify or unstringify it? Use Chrome.storage for Firefox? Will that work? Will I have access to that? Where did it go? View source. I'm in Firefox right now. Chrome. Oh no, it's undefined. But there is a Chrome object. Yeah, I don't think I have access to storage because I haven't declared the permission. So I need to declare the permission. Let's find that permissions. I just want to see a list of permissions. Active tab, browsing data. All right. Are these the names of the permissions? So I want the storage permission. Like so. Storage. Is that accurate? No errors. Nice. So because I declared the permission, we now have access to it. Storage dot. We don't want. Is it local? Is local the one that's going to do asynchronous? I don't need it to be asynchronous though. Sync dot set wat. Okay. Incorrect argument types for storage. How does it work? You know what? I'm just gonna use local storage. I don't care. Like I'm not worried about figuring out an entirely new API because this thing will likely only be installed for a few minutes. So I don't care. I do not care. Look, this works. It sticks around, and that's all we need. It's very simple. Yeah, but like I said, I don't want to figure out another API. I tried. Look, I tried, and I got it wrong. So I'm done. I'm done with it. Great. Let's go back to our to do, and we'll go from there. So at this point, we have the ability to toggle settings on and off. Now we need to actually implement one of these anti-features because we've been coding for the last hour and a half, and we haven't actually. I have something in my eye. We haven't actually worked on any anti-features. Give me just a second. And so now is the time. So what we're going to do first is we're going to make it so that a Slack notification goes off at random times. And actually, I'm curious, is there a sound permission? Can we just straight up play sounds? Hey, what's up, Max Cahill? Life is good. Life is all right. We're preparing for April Fool's Day. Yeah, I assumed it was an object. Like I saw the example, but I don't want to do that. I don't want to do that. We're moving on. At this point, we need a Discord notification sound. Soundbuttons.net. Anybody that wasn't paying attention to the stream, let me just do this. Okay. Yeah, people were like, dude, I just heard Discord. Yeah, it's the stream. It's the stream. That's you got exactly. No, exactly. I got you all, and that's the point of all of this. Because this extension is going to drive people crazy, making them think that they have a Discord notification. Okay, I want to download this. Sweet, I don't even have to log in. Beautiful. Okay, extension, sounds. We'll call this one Discord. Great. Yeah, I saw they had a download button. I just didn't know if it was going to make me sign up. Okay, we want the Slack notification sound as well. Your Discord is on Do Not Disturb, so you are not fooled. That's not it. These do not seem like the right thing. My Discord is on Do Not Disturb, but I was still fooled. Slack notification sound MP3. Can I access the local storage from the pop-up in the background script? I don't think I need to. Like, I don't think I need a background. Oh, you're right. I do need the background script is going to be the thing that is playing the sounds. You're totally right. Okay, so yeah, we're going to have to use the storage API. It's fine. We'll We'll figure it out. I do just want a Slack notification sound, though. Voicey network? Slack sound effects? Is Slack like a game? Did Slack even exist in 2015? It did. It did exist. This is the one. It doesn't sound... It sounds a little thin. It sounds fake. It's it, but it's not it. It fooled me, says Kinfafu. Is that it? Are you gonna rickroll me? I'm open to getting rickrolled right now, so let's go. Oh no, it's the notification. Cool, cool. Yeah, that's the one. See, it's nice and full. YouTube download MP3. I'm definitely gonna have to mute this stream. Yeah. Oh, we're building an April Fool's Chrome extension. So as you can see, like we've been messing around with the Discord notification and the Slack notification. So we're making an extension that you can install on a target's computer that will do things to drive them crazy, like play a Discord notification randomly or a Slack notification randomly, or rickroll them every now and then. Are we just being directed to another website? What's happening here? Hopefully this is the right thing. Okay, so we have those two sounds. So that was my idea behind this whole settings, where each one has a runner, and then this runner is like running in the background. But as was mentioned, this stuff, does it stay running? Does it stay running though? Let's see. I'm gonna do this. I'm gonna do a set interval on the Discord one. For every 5 seconds, let's play a Discord sound. Sound/discord.mp3. I think it's in there. Sounds discord.mp3. Great. And then we'll just do sound.set that current time goes to 0, sound.play. We'll do it every 1 second just to see it working. So what we'll do is we're going to run this runner function when this thing loads. So right here we'll say settings dot or setting dot runner. We'll invoke it. And really, the runner gets access to the settings, so it can see if it's disabled or enabled. I would be somewhat concerned if this worked, because that would mean that technically the icon itself is like always running in the background. So really we'll say like if settings.enabled, then we're gonna do this whole business, because otherwise it won't. And I guess really we have to worry about if the settings change. Do we need to rerun the runner? So we need like a settings manager so that way we can get the specific settings that we care about. But let's just see if this works. What's happening here? Okay, so all of these settings get loaded, and then they run their runner, which is running in the background. So if we're back over here and we click this thing, Discord notification, it should still play though. Let's open that tab back up. If you do !theme, you'll get a link to my theme. The media resource is indicated by the source attribute or assigned media provider object was not suitable. What? It doesn't like my URL, but I think, does that have anything to do with my content security policy? It was definitely trying to play it. Yeah, settings manager factory, exactly. So that any given one can read in the settings. Yeah. Object source, self. Is there an audio source? Console had a warning about the MP3. Oh. Oh yeah, it couldn't be found. That's fine. We need to go up one directory. / reload. It works. Okay, it sort of works. It really only works if the menu is open. Yeah. Yeah, so when you open the menu, it starts playing. That one got. That's great. I'm please stop. That's the whole point of the stream. The whole point. Okay, that's fun, but it's not exactly what we want because that actually needs to be happening in the background. So we do need a background. We do need a background script. Yeah. It gets everyone every time, and it's kind of funny. Yeah, it's not going to be every second. I want to you want to slowly drive them crazy. So basically, it happens once every 10 minutes, and then another once every 7 minutes, that kind of thing. Okay, we did set up this background thing, and I think, do we need to specifically request the background permission? There's a whole page of permissions. Yeah, there is a background permission. So we're going to also request, well, actually, yeah, we need multiple things now. We need the permission, we need the storage API because the menu and our background script need to be able to access the same set of settings. So that's what storage will help with. And we need the background permission so that way our thing can run in the background. Inject a, yeah, I mean, I was thinking about that as well. Like it could inject a script into the current page, and that way it doesn't have to be running in the background. But this will be all right. Okay. First of all, let's use the right settings API or storage API. And also I'm going to stop playing this sound over and over again. Okay. It's chrome.storage.sync.set, and then you pass an object with the key of the thing you want to set and the value of it. Great. And then if we just say get wat, didn't work. Get I have to actually look up the storage API. Okay, I will use local. I'll use local, but how do I use it? Chrome.storage. Oh, it's trying to go to that website. I don't want that. You have to pass in an array? What kind of an API is that? I guess if you want to get back multiple. Oh, does this return a... No, it doesn't return a promise. set key value. Oh, you pass in a callback function. It's nothing. It's getting back nothing. Do I pass in array? If I pass in array, what happens? I'm not logging anything. I'm passing it console log as a callback, which should log it. The key, I want the key to be WAT. So, okay, Avi, is this how I put something in the storage? Is this right? Sync.set. So this is saying, this is right. Okay, so this is setting a key of WAT and a value of 42. All right, that code has run. Now, I want to get that value back. So what do? I say get. I say I want WAT. Oh, and then you're saying this is going to give me back an object? Is that what I saw? Undefined. Undefined. All right, we're going to copy Avi's code exactly. Cool. Here's the thing. I just feel vindicated in the fact that I didn't want to figure this out because this is not working. But we're going to figure it out. Extension storage. Is it because I'm not inside the extension? I mean, technically, yeah, maybe that is. But I'm on the extension page. How else would I interact with it? I mean, the fact that I can access chrome.storage means we have access to it, because before I added that permission, we didn't even have access to chrome.storage. Yeah, let's try local. Hey, local works. What's the difference? And thank you, BTMap. I like your attitude. Told you. Well, I didn't see your chat. Thank you for telling me, Skyhopper. But can you even tell me the difference for like local versus sync? To store user data for your extension, you can either use sync or local, and both of their examples look exactly the same. Oh, wait, does sync mean like account sync? Like it's saved across their account? Okay, yeah, that's probably what that means. Yeah, the difference is this one works, which is what we're gonna go with. All right. So in our code, instead of using local storage like this, and actually let me play around with this. Can we store a complex object? So we store WAT as an object with a name of Avi. And then if we get it, we get back, we don't even got to do stringify and stuff like that. So that's nice. And we do need to pass a callback though, which I don't like, but it's fine. So we want to get with this given setting ID. This should give us back the settings JSON. I could promisify it and then like async await it. We're just going to put all of the code in the callback. Nothing wrong with that. I mean, in the real world, it makes the code a bit harder to read because it's more indented, but that's fine. So get the setting. And what happens if it's not found? Undefined. Okay. So it's going to equal itself or setting that's like the default settings, like that. Cool. And then whenever the input is toggled, we're going to do a set on that given setting ID. The value is going to be this. And instead of mapping the settings, we're going to map, or spread, we're going to spread these. Why can't we use local storage here? Because these runners are going to be in a background task. So right now, this is all the code for the menu. This is the menu that sets up the checkboxes. But we're going to have code running in the background that's always running because the code for the menu only runs when we open the menu. Okay. It didn't break. I can toggle them and it doesn't work. Okay. This is not seeming to work. Oh, I need to let's see what we get back here. Let's see what we get back. Yeah, so we get setting 0, setting 1, nothing. Okay. Empty object. So settings JSON at setting ID is what we need to do. Like that. Great. Cool. So we're saving it. It loads whenever we load. Great. Now we want the background task, because the background task is going to pull those settings in and then do fun stuff with it. Your storage helper function. Let's check it out. This one? I like it, but I'm okay with the callback because I don't think we're going to use it that often. But it looks good. I like it. Basically, we've promiseified that callback into a typed function as well, so that's cool. But I'm okay with the callbacks for now. All right, moment of truth. Let's get this background thing working. And I think, yeah, we don't want to call the runner in here. We don't call the runner here because this just loads all of those specific settings. Our background file is going to be the one that actually wants to run these things. But here's what we're going to do. We're going to pull these settings into a different file. Let's create like a shared folder. And then we'll call this settings.js. And this will just export this by default. So export default this. So all these settings get exported. And you know what, Avi? I'm just thinking right now, I might use that helper function because like in here we're gonna use it a lot. But in a second. So settings is now defined here. And then over here, because this is a module, we should be able to import it here. And I'm going to call this popup.js instead to not be confused. So popup should now be able to import in the settings. So we'll say import settings from, go up a directory, into shared, and grab the settings, like that. Let's make sure that the menu still works. It doesn't. Completely empty. It tried to load popup.js. Do I have to change that at all? Before it was settings, now it's popup. It didn't find the file, so go up one, into shared, grab, oh, I need to do .js. Have to do .js. Yeah, there we go, great. So now this can access the settings, and then we also want the background file to load the settings as well. Cool. And the background file is going to be the one that runs the things. I think I'm probably going to want to listen for when the settings change, so that way I can enable or disable a specific runner. Cool. Let's make sure we've got everything set up. So background should load. We have the background permission. Let's see. How do I debug the background script? Like, yeah, we should be able to listen to storage changes. But should I see console logs here coming from the background script? Like, I don't see like systems tools ready or anything like that. Go to the debugging extension. Settings. Extensions. Manage. Debug add-ons. Inspect. Nice. Great. Okay, so we have to think about this architecturally, right? So the menu is allowing users to toggle or untoggle things. And then over here, this background script should be able to run the runner for a given thing. And instead of settings, I mean, really we want to call this like modules. These are really modules. Let's see if it updated everywhere. Yeah, it did. Look at that. And then we'll rename this to modules as well, because they're basically, these are like custom troll modules. And Rav? I'm gonna call you Rav. Can I call you Rav? Thank you for the raid. Welcome in, raiders. Welcome to the coding garden. We're working on a browser extension. This is really my first like complex extension like this. Rav, nice. Welcome in. Complex in that it has a lot going on. We got a nice little menu icon. We're about to get it going, but the idea with this extension is it is going to be an April Fool's extension. So you would install this on someone's computer who you want to troll, and there will be various things you can enable. So right now we have it, we're about to get this working. We have it so that you can enable random Discord notifications. So like at random times, they're just going to hear a Discord notification out of nowhere, and that's going to drive them crazy. And that's what we're trying to get working right now. So we've got our modules. Each module has a specific runner. Let's make this. And what's up, Chet? I don't think I saw you in the chat. Have you already been in the chat? I don't know. Hello, welcome. Thank you for modding. So there's that. And then over here in background, we've loaded them in. And we really need to listen for changes. Been here for years. Well, welcome, Chad. Yeah, that was another idea. Is like by default, the first screen you see isn't the switches. You see something else, and then you have to click it to see the actual settings itself. Okay. What were we doing? I want to listen for changes on the storage, because when a setting or when a module goes from disabled to enabled, we need to run it. Or when it goes from enabled to disabled, we need to stop the runner. Storage.onChanged. I guess this is really what I want. Let's see what we get. So I'm going to debug this extension again. Cool. So this thing says system tools ready. And then over here, if I toggle something, we should see that storage has changed. And we don't. We don't see that. Do I need to load the latest? So that is changing it. Do we have to do like local? Like that? Can't access add event listener. Changes area. Am I looking at the right thing? So if we look at the Chrome docs, chrome.storage.onchange.add_listener. That's what I have. Local has an onChange function. Let's see. How do I keep losing my debugged extension? Oh, here it is. No, we just have remove, set, get. Yeah, it doesn't exist on there. Oh. Why didn't it change before? Why didn't it look? I didn't change anything. I didn't maybe I did. But cool. And I think we're going to change what we're storing them as, because right now we're calling it setting and then ID. I'm going to call this module. And this too. Oh, that's a reserved word. Item? We'll call it item. Mod. I like that. Okay, so now in local storage, it's going to look like module _1, etc. So we have the The first property is going to be an object, and we need to look at the properties on that object. So let's do that over here. So this is going to be changes. And we want to look at object.keys of the changes, because then we have to either turn on or turn off the module that was toggled. Okay, we refresh this. Oh, it's always running in the background. It basically it never stops. So we need to reload it. Yeah. Weird. Okay. It zooms out every time I leave the page. But if we do this, module 0, module 1, module 2, module 1, module 0, module 2. Great. So we can then use that to determine which one to turn on or off, or which one to update the settings for. So the mod ID is going to be this, and then the ID is going to be that split on an underscore. And then the specific module is going to be modules dot find, where the given mod ID. Cool. And I want double equals because I want it to coerce. All right. Yeah, but the question is, how do I reload it? Do I always have to reload it from here? Reload. Yeah, that's what I got to do. Okay, so now if I check this, we should see the info about Discord. Great, and we have that runner function, so we could run it if we want to, or we could specifically update its given settings. So I check this other one. So anytime I check one of these, I have found the specific one that we have modified. Okay, great. In the case of enabled, and actually we're, what else did we get on the changes? Because I want access to that too. I mean, I guess technically I could just request the latest storage value, but let's see. So we get the thing, and then we can just go into new value. New value. And for now, we'll just say if it's enabled, we'll say found mod dot runner dot run. And if it was disabled, we'll have to do like a cleanup. Something like this. Cool. I like it. So now over here, we're going to rename all these runners, just be run. And let's have something like all of our intervals can be accessible up here. And so we get the interval here that we can cancel. But we'll say intervals dot set ID 0 with this given interval ID. And then our cleanup function can remove that interval. So we can do a clear interval with intervals.get 0, because 0 is the ID of this specific module. Should be fine. Okay. Moment of truth. Let's reload it. Missing parenthesis after property list. Modules line 20. Gamma. Great. Yeah, you're right. A class would help here because it would have like instance properties. Whereas we just basically made a global variable for all our modules. But it's fine. One step at a time. So now, that's fine. It was already enabled, so it wouldn't be enabled when we do it. But now, if I toggle this, we should start to hear a Discord notification every second. Be warned, everyone at home, you're about to hear, yeah. And if I uncheck it, it clears the interval and it's not doing it anymore. Great. Great. This is it. This is the one. So now what we can do is just like by default, instead of every second, let's do it every 7 minutes. So every 7 minutes, play a Discord notification sound. Yeah. We did it. Okay. And then we're going to do a similar thing, but for the Slack notification. Slack.mp3. And the cleanup, similar thing, but it'll just have a different ID. 7 minutes plus a random. What would this do? This would give us a random number between 0 and 4. 4 seconds. I mean, really, what we could do is, so 60 times 1,000, that's 1 minute. This is 1 minute in milliseconds. And we want that to be random between, like between 6 and 10 minutes. So we could do this whole thing 5 plus that. So at a minimum of 5 minutes plus some random number between 0 and 5. So at most, well, actually it'd be 0 and 4. Let's do this. So at most, this would be every 10 minutes. Otherwise, it might be every like 6 minutes. Yeah. I had the feeling I'll try, because there are a lot of people that were getting trolled by this fake Discord notification. Okay, that seems fine, right? We don't need to test it. We'll just assume that it works. I think for now we are going to test that the Slack one works in the same way. So we'll set that one to 1 second. Reload the extension and see what happens. It's we can't do it every second because the song is too long. So we'll do it every 3 seconds. Yeah. We'll do it every 3 seconds because. Oh, is it a soda? It does sound like a soda can opening. You're totally right. Great. All right. So here's what we're going to do. We're going to at least keep coding for the next 10 minutes because we want to hear these things randomly go off while we're coding. And we'll work on the auto rickroll. So we'll reload these extensions. We will then enable oh, I messed up again. Extra. Yeah. Wait, what's this? What's this parenthesis for? Oh, the whole set interval. That makes sense. That makes sense. Cool. And instead of calling this auto rickroll, we're going to call this replace links with replace random links with rickroll. So on any given web page, we're going to take maybe not all of them. I think initially all of them. We're going to replace all of them so that any link you click, no matter what website you go to, it takes you to the rickroll. That's the next thing that we're going to work on. Random rickroll. Cool. Again, we'll reload. Diabolical. Yeah, but what makes it more aggravating and like more likely to drive somebody crazy is if you make it random, like every third link or the first link on a page. You don't do it for all of them because then they'll start to question their sanity. Okay, so we're going to enable these. And every now and then, as we do other things, you should hear it going off. Now, we need to modify the contents of a web page, so we need some other permission, right? We need access to the page itself. Let's take a quick stretch. I don't need a permission, just a content script. Okay. Thank you, Avi. How do I make a content script? I guess that happens in our manifest, right? Is the background script? Yeah, so I can close this, and now it's still running. It's still back there, and in the next 3 to 4 minutes, you're gonna hear it. You definitely will hear it. I just need to get back to that manifest.json documentation. Where was that? Yeah, I think like what's cool about this extension is once I release it, you'll be able to modify it. So you can easily add like Microsoft Teams or AOL or other stuff like that. Content script. Okay, this is what we want. So basically we're going to tell it that we want to load this script when any page is running. So over here in our manifest, we're going to add another section called content scripts. We're going to match literally anything. So any web page a person is on, we're going to run this I guess let's call it content.js because there might be multiple modules that all do content things. So we'll just call this content.js. Yeah, yeah, BTRSL, that could definitely happen if somebody installs this. Do all URLs surrounded by triangles. Like that? Did I understand you correctly? Cool. And now we just need a content. Let's make a folder for it. Maybe there'll be other scripts. We'll do a content.js in here. And then I need to update my manifest. So content/content.js. I need a good disclaimer. Well, I'm not putting this in any store. So I'll put the disclaimer in the GitHub repo because basically if you want to be able to install this on somebody else's machine, you need to be able to know how to clone a Git repo. And then you need to know how to enable developer mode and install it. Like this is by no means going to be an easy way to troll people. Like you have to know a little bit. And I would hope that prevents the amount of abuse, possible abuse. Okay. Hello from the content script. I don't want to. Has anyone heard the Slack or Discord notification? I don't know if it ran or if it's broken. I'm gonna log to the console whenever the sound plays, just so we know what's happening. All right, we reload the extension. And now I thought it was any page you go to? Or what if we go to github.com? Hello from the content script. Great. So literally any web page we go to, this script will execute. And now we can do anything we want. And okay, that's good to note, Avi, who says you cannot send HTTP requests from the content script. You need to do this from the background script. And in this case, I don't think we are. What's an example of a site that has a lot of text? I mean, I know Yahoo. Yahoo does. We'll test it on Yahoo. There's a bunch of stuff happening here. But basically, every single anchor tag on the page, we want to replace it with a rickroll. Oh, Wikipedia? Yeah, well, that's better. So let's pull up the JavaScript Wikipedia page. Cool. So literally every single one of these anchor tags, we are going to replace with the rickroll. So let's find the URL. Rickroll? Yahoo is a rickroll. Yeah, so we should change everything to gotcha. Okay. What was I saying? Doesn't matter. So here, if enabled is true, whenever we call run is where we need to do the random insertion. And I think really all we have to do, we're going to find every single anchor tag on the page. And then for each one, we just set the source attribute. Equals that. That's literally all we have to do. Cool. And then here, I'm going to give this a type of content. And then these are type background. So we can have some modules that run in the background, some modules that run as content scripts. Like that. And then my content script can reach in here, grab all of the ones that are specifically for content, and then run their runner if they are enabled. Yes, href, thank you. So I probably need set attribute. What about intercepting other ways of linking JavaScript, for example, in window.location? You could technically redirect the page after a certain number of time. You could say window.location equals something. There is for each on node lists. It's newer, but it does exist. Pretty sure, anyways. Can I just specify the .href? Here it is. Yeah. I don't know how new it is, but it's a new thing. You could also spread it into an array, like this, and then for each it. That was how we did it before it didn't have for each, but for each is there now. Okay, we just need to run it. So now on the content script, we're gonna import. Oh, can I import? I might not be able to import. Yeah, spreading was an old thing before they added it, but it's there now. Use it. Use it. I think it's like at least a year old. But yeah, it's supported in Chrome, Edge, Firefox. Okay. What was I doing? Oh yeah, the content script. Hello from the content script. This page is using the deprecated resource loader module. Okay. Well, the imports are just like browser imports. They should just work out of the box. The way that I got it working with background was by using an HTML file and using type module. Can I have a content HTML file? Oh, you saw that, BB? Module 0 is missing type. Let's see. Firefox. Let's search for Chrome extension. Content script type module. I use important content things to roll up. Yeah, that's the tricky part. Is I would have to set up a whole build process. I don't necessarily want to do that, so I might just remove the modules altogether and just reference the scripts. Yeah, how to import ES6 modules in a content script for Chrome extension. For background script, it's a good idea to use a background page or script type module. The problem is, content script and injecting script tag with type attribute can be the solution. You'll also need to declare the imported scripts. Yeah, let's use web accessible resources. See if we can get this working. So we do this. We tell it that we want to get this. We grab the content main, and then if we is main a function, or is that does that just expect to exist? Is that the main export? I forgot my lunch. Yeah, I went way over. I need to go. I had a breakfast though, so I'm usually when I eat breakfast, I'll have a later lunch. I want to get this working because then we have two types of modules. We've got background modules and page content modules, and then we can just go nuts. Once we have both of these things working, we can do anything. There's probably some other stuff we could try doing as well. But this, I need shared / modules.js. So I'll do that. We'll do this. And I guess it's expecting there to be a main. I don't want a main. I want to call this modules. And then we log the modules. And thank you, Sensation Parameter, for that Prime sub. Do we have other supports? Oh yeah, a ton. Ched with the 23 months, Hemywar with the 3 months, Sisyphus with the Prime, Rav with the raid, thank you again, Macket Brecht with the Prime, and Sensation Parameter with the Prime. Thank you all for the support. Appreciate it. Really do. All right, let's reload. And then we reload Wikipedia, see what happens. Hello from the content script. Syntax error. Missing colon after property ID. Fixed it. It was a typo. Somebody told me, I just never saw it. Okay, it's fine. We figured it. Hey, it works though. So yeah, now we have the default export, which is that array of modules. Great. That's slick. See you later, Avi. Thank you for all the help. I really appreciate it. Feel free to throw your portfolio in the chat if people want to click on it. He's made a Twitch extension, which will auto click the points thingy. He's made a bunch of extensions. He's been helping us out. Okay, so this was an object with a default export. So we're going to call default modules. This. I thought the extension would just auto reload because we do have Webext running in the background. Content.js line 6. Oh, nice. You have an extension for YouTube Auto HD. So I use YouTube Enhancer. It does stuff like that. Reload. That was it. There we go. So that's the array of ones. So at this point, we can now find all of the extensions that are content ones. Really, I'll just do a for each on them. I mean, you could do a filter and all that, but it doesn't matter. In this case, we'll just say if the mod.type is content, we'll do mod.run. And really, we also want to check if the settings change. I guess I could do and mod.settings.enabled. And whenever we change a setting, it's not going to change it in the module, though. We need to grab the setting for the module. Oof. We'll figure it out, though. So something like this. So we have hello from content script. We then import the all of the modules, and then this thing is actually disabled right now, which is why it didn't run. So let's reload the extension, and then we will enable replace random links with a Rickroll. And now, when on Wikipedia, if we refresh the page, it works. Actually, because I'm using Firefox, I have autoplay disabled on YouTube, so there's that. But literally every single one of these links goes out. You can see down here. You can see when I hover over, it goes to the Rickroll. If we search for something on DuckDuckGo, like JavaScript, Yeah, actually, I think we probably also want to wait for DOM content loaded because all of this stuff was added dynamically. So yeah. Oh, change the color too. That's a good point. I think I'm also going to do this window.add event listener for DOM content loaded. I think that's the event. And then we'll rickroll. Reload. Let's look at our warning. There's a lot of warnings. That's fine though. That's there. Let's try again to search the web. JavaScript. So running, yeah, it worked. Now all of these are the rickroll. Wow. I mean, if we wanted to get fancy about it, we could even use like the DOM change detector. And anytime the DOM changes, inspect for new links. But this also should work on Google. Yep. But as you can see, now they're all purple. But this is hilarious because this is linking to a YouTube video, but if I click on it, this is actually going to take me to the rickroll. This is amazing. I am proud of this. That being said, we have not heard we haven't heard our Slack or Discord notifications. So this is 1 minute times 5. Do I need to change the setting though? Because when it loads, yeah, I actually need to get the setting right here. You're totally right. I was looking at the setting as it was, but what I need to basically do this exact same thing in my background script. Oh no, because this is only this is only listening for changes. When it starts up, I actually need to do a similar thing as the content script. Is if it's already enabled, go ahead and run it because I'm not actually worried about that. So when the background script loads, we're gonna get that settings, and if that setting is if it's a background type and it is enabled, then we're going to run it. And for now, we can reset these to be like 3 seconds. We'll use that in a second, but for now, what did I just do? 3,000. See if this works. Cool. Reload extension. And we can disable them, and they won't run anymore. What's up, cool puppy? We've made some progress. Okay, so now if I go back to this, yes, Slack doesn't sound quite right. What's up, Shy Ryan? Did I get you? Did you? Okay, so now it should work. We'll reload this. We'll enable these. And now you're going to hear it randomly. You're not going to hear it for like another at least 5 minutes. Okay. We need to change the CSS so that the visited color doesn't change. And we'll do that in the Rickroll script. So the Rickroll script replaces all of the links, but we can also inject some CSS. So we can create an element for style and set its inner HTML to be some CSS. And we will make it important. And I think we can set this to initial instead of like a static color. Yeah, not initial. Like that. And then add the style to the page. So document.body, we're going to append the style here. Yeah, don't do that, BTRSL. My advice is to not load it onto computers in the computer lab. And ideally, if your IT organization that runs the computer lab was doing things right, they would basically have a profile that gets completely wiped anytime someone logs in or logs off a machine. But yeah, of course you're kidding. Don't do that. Don't do that. It turned them all black. I guess. Oh, you know what? We could use get computed property, couldn't we? Yeah, exactly. Like even if because it's so non-trivial, though it's non-trivial, you still could get in trouble for it. So I would not suggest you do that. Okay. JavaScript get computed style, because what we could do is we could create an anchor tag that is the Rickroll link, get its computed color, and then use... Well, no, not that. We want a link that they've never been to before. Get computed style for the element, right? Well, it's working, but it's turning it black because the initial color is black, and that's not what we want. Because like if we inspect this, the CSS did get injected. Here. Here. Yeah. Because otherwise it takes that color. But yeah, in order for this to be universal, I think we need to get the computed style of a link that's never been clicked before. Right? Yeah. Okay, so this is kind of what we need, but I think we also just need to create an anchor tag. Like a nothing link. And then its href is something like this. You've never been here.com/really. And then do I have to add it to the page to get the computed style? Let's see. Because we want that, and then we want to get the computed color. And then we want to use that color here. Oh, there shouldn't be a semicolon there. Semicolon should be here. Right? Yeah. Let's see. Didn't work. Let's see if that computed property. There's those sounds. Did we get a no? It didn't give us the computed property, so I think we do need to add it to the page. Did I get you, cute pony? It's funny. Okay. They get the same random time. Oh, yeah, you're totally right. I think later on we'll have even more settings. Like you can set one of them to be every 5 minutes and the other one to be every 7 minutes or something like that. All right, let's see if this changes anything. Yep. That's the winner. Look at that. Because now, even though all of these link off to the Rickroll, they're the right color. Except for these. These are not the right color. Let's see why. Oh, there's a more specific. Is there a more specific style? On that? Yeah, so this is applied, but then there's like a it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter because now it works on Wikipedia too, and you'll see that like Wikipedia has different colored links, but they still link you to the Rickroll. And it should work on Yahoo too. This is madness. Though I think we kind of broke the page a little bit. Like these colors don't seem right, but it's fine. Oh, you're totally right. Put it on the element itself instead of even like a global style. Well, no, because we need this visited pseudo selector, and you can't do that with a style attribute. But I guess if you set color, that would override. Oh well, doesn't matter. But yeah, look at all these. Well, no, those don't, because I guess those were added dynamically. BTRSL, thank you for the gifts. Much appreciated. Oh, and Sebastian, thank you for the resub. 3 months. Says thanks for the great entertainment. Much appreciated. You can create the fake link to be the old link to get if someone visited before or not. Well, yeah, what I'm doing right now is I'm just creating a link that no one has probably ever been to, which would give me the color of something that hasn't been clicked. Yeah, it should work on this website too. Let's see. Yeah, look at this. every single thing is a Rickroll. Oh, that's hilarious. Okay. I think that's all I'm going to do for today. What are some last things I need to do to wrap this up? Because I am going to push this to GitHub, and then you're more than welcome to contribute new ones. So to take a step back, we did implement an anti-feature, and you can enable and disable those anti-features in the window. So just to see it happen, we can uncheck this, and then now if I refresh the page, these links do not get replaced, which is cool. A click event that will redirect. Oh, like click anywhere on the page, redirect to a Rickroll. Yeah, that would probably be way easier. But so for those of you that think about bad things. Like, you could imagine how an extension like this could be used for nefarious purposes, right? Like, we are inserting a rickroll in every link, but you could very easily like replace every link with like all those like ad redirect things or like click trackers and stuff like that. You could do bad stuff with this. We are not doing bad stuff. We're doing fun stuff, but you could. All I'm saying is you could. Add a random string to each URL. Oh yeah, you're totally right. That would do it as well, because if we just put like hashtag globbledyglook, that will be in a link that you've never clicked on before. You have school questions, Osama? What thing in React needs to be secured for SQL injection? Is Node.js good for multiple video sources like Zoom or Google Meet apps? Oh. Are these questions that your teacher has asked you, or these are questions you have? About the React security one, just never use dangerously set inner HTML. Never use those two things, or that thing, because that will open you up to potential cross-site scripting attack. That's about it. Don't store API keys and stuff like that on the front end. And then for Node.js, is it good for multiple video sources like Zoom or Google Meet? I'm not sure what you mean like that. Are you saying if you yourself were to implement a video chat service, could you use Node.js to do it? The answer is yes, but it's complicated. Check the module type in onChange. Oh, good call. Good call. Right here. Great. Great power comes with great responsibility. Exactly. Yeah, affiliate links. Yeah. Oh goodness. You could basically replace all of the like sponsored and ad results on Google or DuckDuckGo with like affiliate links. Yeah, you could replace legitimate bank website URLs with fake bank website URLs. Yeah, you could. Oh goodness, so let's stop talking about this stuff, because you could do some really bad stuff. Yeah. I almost checked until I heard the Slack one. Yeah. You know what? Let's offset them slightly. For now, Discord will be that. Let's call this the Discord notification timeout. And then we've got the Slack notification timeout. And this one will be less frequent. Cool. For your studies, you had a project where you created a Chrome extension to get data from inputs. Yeah, that's the other thing you could do, because as you can see, we literally have access to the entire page. Look at, well, oh, I disabled it. Enable. Refresh. Yeah, here we go. Look at, we have access to the entire page. Look at all these rickrolls. These are rickrolls now. You could very easily write code that listens for keystrokes on inputs. Yeah. I'm just laughing because I got all of you multiple times today. Have I thought of changing my theme to a light theme? Never. I think it's way easier to see and read code when it's black on white or similar. No, I mean, I can respect that. I know people see things differently, but it's a running programmer meme that programmers like dark themes, and like light themes are like blinding and stuff like that. Personally, I prefer this. I can't really stare at a white background for a really long time. Like this is hard to look at. Yeah. Oh yeah, you're welcome, Osama. You can look into I think it's called like WebSoup, which is I thought it was written with Node.js. It's a multimedia thing written for Node.js backend. Yeah. Harlem Shake. Wait, isn't there a there's a like a extension? Not a, you could add it as a link extension, and that when you click on it, it just takes you to a URL, and it like replaces the contents of the page with like a dance party thing. Does anyone remember what that's called? Was it like Get Crunk or something like that? Yeah, we only think evil on this channel. We do not do evil. Yeah. Cool. Yeah, that's the repo. What I'm going to go through and do is all of these suggestions, I'm going to add them to the README. I'm going to mark things in the README that have been done. And then you can go ham and try and start implementing these things. Yeah, so I think Harlem Shake. Is that it? How'd that work? Chrome.google.com. Oh, my own extension got me, right? Because I'm clicking this link, but it replaced it with the Rickroll. I was like, how did you Rickroll me? That's a legit link. I legitimately Rickrolled myself. We got to turn this off. Yeah, this is the one. Will we get a DMCA or thing? Bookmarklet. Bookmarklet is the thing, the word I couldn't think of earlier. Into a thumping party. Okay, drag this. Now his website's gone. How do I do it without his website? We'll just watch the video. Con los terroristas. That's cool. And for that alone, we are going to get a copyright strike. Okay. This has been fun. Oh, you know what? We haven't even tested it in Chrome, but technically it should work in Chrome. Oh no, maybe not. we broke it. It's all right, BB. It was worth listening to. So I'm gonna look at my I'm gonna reload the system tools. Okay. Looks like it might be working. I'm gonna check that one, and we're gonna go to Wikipedia, search for JavaScript. And does it work? Yeah. So look at that. So the replacement works in Chrome, and then it's likely that that background stuff is going to work as well. Cool. So it works in Chrome. I mean, I say that we should probably test the sounds. I'm just going to assume that the sounds work in Chrome. Okay. I think that's it. That's all. I'm going to push all this code up to GitHub, and now look at all these Rickroll links on. Every single one of these is a Rickroll. Great. Yeah, it being 10 years old, I would hope that there's less like cracking down on people using the music. I don't know. Oh no, it's I did nothing extra to get it running in Chrome. Ultimately, the manifest.json is like a standard that a lot of browsers are trying to adhere to. So it actually just works by default in Chrome. The one piece that's going to break eventually is this background piece, because Chrome, and they're smart for doing this, they're now making it so that extensions can't run in the background all the time. They're making it so that you have to use a service worker, like a web worker, and they will shut it down every now and then. But it's technically not fully deprecated yet. So because we're using manifest version 2, we can use this background script. But In 2023, you won't be able to do this anymore. You'd have to rewrite this to use a web worker. Yeah, and then other than that, I mean, it's all just fairly simple code. You know, we've got our basic little modules. We've got our Discord notifier. Each module has a run and a cleanup function. I might as well add a cleanup no op here, because this one doesn't really need any cleanup. I mean, technically you could go in and remove all of the links that you changed, but just refresh the page. Yeah, I rickrolled myself by clicking the link. And then this was cool. Yeah, we made a little menu. So this file here, .html, menu.html, loads this, which basically looks at all of those modules we defined and creates a little checkbox for all of them. So that file is actually what's giving us this. It does make me want to adjust the styles, though. Let's go to like min width 400. Reload. I like that. Tree fitty. Reload. Cool. Yeah. I'm going to rename the menu name. Cool. Can you get the extension into Chrome and Firefox easily when not developing anymore? Yeah, I mean, the way we've installed it, it's going to be there forever unless we explicitly click remove like this. But yeah, let me show you how you would do it. How you would install it on someone's computer. Plugins? Not that. Settings. Extensions. Okay, so if you want to install this thing, first you need to clone the Git repo, which you'll need to figure out. And then you can go to debug add-ons and then load a temporary add-on. Actually, would this add-on get removed whenever you close the browser? But regardless, this is how I loaded it. So you click there. It's now loaded. And do stuff like this. And then same thing for Google Chrome. You go to settings, extensions, and then let's just remove it so I can show you. You'll say load unpacked extension, and then just choose the folder that it's all in. And it's there. Yeah. And Arden is asking, to program, do I have to be good at math? No, you don't. You can be a professional programmer and not be very good at math. That said, I think the reason you're not good at math, or you think you're not good at math, is because you had bad teachers. No offense to all of the math teachers that you've had, but I think a lot of people basically put themselves into the bucket of like, oh, I'm bad at math because I've been bad at math all of my life. But I think just like programming, math is learnable even if you're bad at it. But also, you don't necessarily need math to program at all. That's it. That's all. That's my answer to that question. But yeah, exactly. So, but and they are different. But it's like a learned skill to be and learn how to think logically. So I used to teach beginner programmers, and I guess I still do. There's probably some beginners watching right now. And that's actually one of the hardest things to learn for someone coming from a non-technical background, is like how to be logically precise, because a computer will do exactly what you tell it to do and nothing more in most cases. And if you can't figure out how to tell it exactly what to do, it's not going to do the thing you want it to do. And that's a very specific thought process and very specific skill set to make it do the things you want it to do. Yeah. Cool. All right, I'm going to push this code to GitHub. You can view it here at coding.garden/trollgarden, and feel free to contribute. And next Friday is April Fool's Day, so I think I might actually continue doing some development on this, not live, just in the background. Or maybe I might go live like on the 30th or the 31st, just to add some more features, so that on April 1st we can wreak havoc. And like I mentioned, like the base of everything is here. So now it's just a matter of implementing all these interesting troll ideas. Okay, that's it. That's all. I'm gonna go now. We're gonna do a raid. If you are a sub, you can use this raid message here. If you're not a sub, you can use this raid message. Yeah. And I don't know who we're gonna raid, but whoever we raid, show them lots of love. Drop a follow if you like what they're doing. All that good stuff. Yeah. Are you getting stories about who got people? I think that would be fun. Like if I stream a little bit later on April 1st, you all can tell me the people that you trolled with the extension. Cool. Yeah, I agree, Stone Eagle. That's the thing I enjoy the most about programming, having to think logical and finding and creating puzzle pieces to put it all together. Exactly. Okay, that's it. I'm out of here. Thank you all for tuning in. I appreciate you. Thank you for all the supports today as well. Tons of subs and gifts, and also Zinbiblol. I didn't see that. Thank you for the 21 months. Appreciate you. But like I said, we're going on a raid. Join us. Stick around for that. And next stream is planned for next Friday. But like I said, there might be a stream before that where we work on this tool to get it ready for April Fool's Day. All right, wherever you are in the world, have a wonderful morning, afternoon, evening, or night. And until next time, here's this.